Welcome to the Noon Show. It's a new year and a new semester, which means new changes here at WRED-TV. Part of those changes comes with a new format for the WRED-TV schedule, which guarantees you 5 episodes of the Noon Show with me, Dariel Tolentino, as your host. Now, if you're not aware of the current status of WRED-TV, know that I do things a little differently than everybody else. And look, I know that can be scary. Change is scary. Just the other day, I bought celery instead of sour straws. And I almost wet my pants because, I didn't know what to expect from the celery. It was a whole new territory because I didn't know if I even liked the celery. I mean, I had celery before, and that wasn't the problem. I knew I liked celery when it came with chicken wings, but I had no idea if I would like it without chicken wings, I like celery. That was a lot, and people were asking me what celery is for. That's exactly what it's for. You gotta be patient, guys. But being different is scary. Remember that we are different already, if you're a part of this WRED-TV family, you know how different we are. For example, nothing here is live. This is literally, we call it the Noon Show, but we're not even filming at noon. It's like 4 something. Doesn't make any sense. Also, but I can do all these cool editing stuff because nobody's watching this right now. I'm recording. So real quick, you ever seen a pergola? Look, watch this. Put up a picture of pergola. Tell me that is not the most useless structure ever be made by man. That probably has to be the biggest waste of wood after getting dumped on Valentine's Day. Wah wah. Hey, Rich. So I'm sure you can already tell. The Noon Show right now is not what it used to be. This is not your mama's Noon Show. I am not the Noon Show host you're probably used to. Probably because I'm funny. I'm not that funny. Probably because I'm willing to walk the line and take a chance until Rich tells me to stop. But mostly because I have actual experience hosting a show called 5 p.m. in Queens every Wednesday at 5, live on the TuneIn app, on WHU Radio, the voice of St. John's University, and New York's #1 college radio station. So I'm sure you're wondering what to expect from WRED-TV now. And to be honest, I can't promise you anything. Each and every week, these productions are brought to you by hardworking, dedicated, struggling college students just trying to become the best versions of themselves that they can be. So here we are. We have this great show lined up for you. For this episode, it's going to be really magical. First, we have a very special interview with St. John's own Professor Jin Zhi, followed by Toushis Azad, a great magician, and my close friend, the wonderful Forrest West. He's a great singer. Don't let him tell you otherwise. But before we get to the good stuff, how about you check out this really cool promo for WRED-TV, and we'll be right back with the Noon Show.
Woo!
All right, so today's guest is someone you may have seen on campus, especially if you're a film major. Some of his film credits include some really good movies, such as Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, John Carter, Prometheus, and Wrath of the Titans. From his work as a leading film visual effects artist to designing an online VFX mentoring program, Professor Jin Zhi, everyone.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I think just off of that small little spiel, it's already obvious that you're too good to be at the school. It's crazy. These films that you worked on, especially at the time that we are right now, were film effects. How did you, since you've entered the industry, navigated all that?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Of course. So now that everything in the film industry has been advancing far as in technology and such, film effects has taken a leap forward. So how has you as a professional in the industry tackled that?
Right. I think this is quite difficult question to answer because the whole thing is changing a lot, and the film industry. I still remember why started 20 years ago. Especially as a student, I understand you guys, everyone is saying the bar is set to very high, and it's very hard to get a decent job. Actually, it happened to me exactly the same 20 years ago. I just want to give you a little bit of my background first. I finished my first MFA in film production in 2000, I think 2002. Then I started to, I went to London. Then I started to try to, try to find my first job. Eventually, guess what? The first job I found was a cleaner.
Really?
Yeah, in a very, very good advertising company. Literally do magazines, design, graphic design, that sort of thing. Then I I know one of the big brothers from Spain. Then that guy told me in one day, that literally say, "Hey Jin, we got really nice job, very famous design company. Do you want to do it?" Then I was like, "Yeah, I want to die with them. I want to die for them." Then eventually the job was floor cleaner for I was charging for 4 different floors. From it was a night shift from 12 a.m. until 12 a.m. until 7 a.m.
Okay.
Then, well, actually, that was a really, really good opportunity for me to learn. Literally, when they finished their job, everything is on the table. It was messy, then sketches and ideas. Then 6 months of, working, cleaning different floors. I indeed learned a lot of things. Then until one day, I still remember, it was roughly about 3:30, I think 3:30 or something. I accidentally touched one of the computers at that moment. They were using, the old generation Mac desktops. I accidentally touched the keyboard. Then the optical driver just popped up. Then I just just like habit, because we edit films all the time. I pressed that reject key again. Then the thing popped back again. Then that little action was seen by the line manager on that floor. He didn't come very early. I think he was working the whole night. Then after I finished that floor, when I was trying to get out, then he just called me. Hey, could you come over? Then what did you do? Then because I was working there as a cleaner. Then I shouldn't know anything of those fancy machines. Then I said I finished my film production. This is my show reel. I'm trying to actively find a decent job. Then he said, we are currently recruiting down the basement. Then eventually, can you, they asked me to send my show reels, and then eventually I got a job. Then a week later, they informed me, you are full time. Then you can start from here. Then that was my very first step. I still remember the company currently. They had headquarters in London, but they moved from London to New York. The company is called Saatchi & Saatchi. Excellent company, and they do a lot of TV advertising and film. They have different departments. You guys can give a try. Yeah, that's my little background. I can answer your questions step by step. Don't worry.
No, we have all the time in the world. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Yeah. I mean, once you launch your first step, then after several months, I worked in there as a full-time editor for almost a year. I think, roughly a year. Then I went to find other opportunities. Then got a job in different visual effects studios in London. Then I started from there. Especially the first step. It is very, very tough.
See,
It's
I
not
think
easy.
that's something that really I like to hear is that you started off as a cleaner.
Yeah,
You know, all of us here,
Yeah,
especially here at WRED, we're all college students,
yeah,
and it's that first job that's really the hardest to get
yeah,
onto.
yeah.
And you started off not even working the film.
I think my case is even worse. I mean, yeah, I mean, you guys are natives in New York, you know, right? I finished my first, you know, the MA or MFA degree. I feel very proud. Then the best university in the country. But when you go to a new country, a brand new country, no one cares about you. You're literally nothing. That if you're you know if you don't understand the industry standard, you don't understand what they do inside companies or inside productions, then you just need to start from the basic, you know, even lower level. Then it depends, you know, your
And as you
effort.
started
Yeah.
at the lower level, you eventually, as you went to job, you learned then as well, right? Because it
Right.
doesn't stop here
Yes, yes.
in the classes and even in the productions that we do. It goes beyond that. It's, every job, it's a whole new training session and it's a whole new thing to learn.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Especially film or feature film. Then you know, the bar it is very high.
And in your field as well, because I think this is a very, we can even call this like a golden age of CGI.
Right, right. Right.
Because everything has really, you know, progressed so far just with the advancements we have in computers
Right.
and
yeah.
microchips and the internet and all that stuff. So from the time you started to right now, what's the biggest change that you've seen?
Well, this is something probably you guys don't agree, but in my opinion, people always say, you know, fast moving industry. Then when everything just moved so fast. Well, actually, from the studio point of view, think about it. It's very easy to understand. They set up production pipelines for years, then built up bits and pieces for years. It's not easy for them to all of a sudden, you know, change everything.
Yeah.
No. So it is those ideas and also those experiments. We change very quickly in those labs they set up.
Okay.
They need to test everything until it's becoming, you know, mature enough. Then we can gradually use them a little by little.
So the innovations for tomorrow are essentially being built today.
Yeah.
Everything that you're gonna see in the next 5 years is being experimented on, just at this
very
very moment.
early days. Yes.
That's really
yeah.
cool.
It will take years to eventually reach there. For now, for example, AI or VR stuff, we can't really say. The industry people always say, oh, you know, VR or AI stuff, that's very good for experimental, but not really good for us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, you know, just for me, I'm growing up seeing movies. I can already just experience the great leap that there's had in CGI.
Right.
I think of probably one of my not favorite movies, probably like top 10, I guess.
Right.
The Mummy, The Scorpion King.
Okay.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Okay.
as Scorpion King CGI'd. Looking back on it now, it looks horrific, but at the time, it looked really, really great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, in these days, we have much better hardware than even software. Everything, you know, think about it. 20 years ago, when I started, the computer was like 386 or something, and the memory is 1 gigabyte. Can you imagine? In these days, you know, home computers, we have 128 gigabytes for gaming. I still think, oh, that's too low. That's not enough for me. Right.
So how about, obviously you are more familiar with the film industry. Here's a two-part question for you.
Right.
First off, of all the projects you've done, we already listed out of them, Harry Potter, John Carter, Prometheus. Out of all the projects you've done, which one has been your favorite to actually work on?
I mean, they are all good. I mean, the films are all good. Every time, especially, I think this is one of my suggestions. Especially for contemporary filmmakers or students. When you say visual effects, you want to separate with the storytelling. That's why we always say, you know, a lot of very terrible films, but the visual effects part is excellent. I mean, the reason I'm saying they're all good is because every storytelling in every show is different. They're all challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very hard and time-consuming, but you know, we always get new things. Even working as senior visual effects artist, you know, for years and years, you know, for the new shows, you always feel excited because you don't know what is going to be happening for the new show.
All right, so here's the second part to the question.
Right.
Outside of just the films you worked, I mean, you sort of danced around that question, but I mean, outside of that, around the movies that you've seen, which one has really caught your eye?
In the past or the new ones?
Anyone you want.
Well, my favorite film, I mean, it sounds a little bit strange. I'm a visual effects artist. Currently, I'm teaching it, and also in the past, I'm working in the industry. But I always I like quiet films. For example, Passengers.
Really?
Right, very quiet, without too much visual effects. For example, The American, that film, I don't know, George Clooney.
Yeah.
You can't really say, beautiful. I mean, visual effects are always working for storytelling. Now, without story, the visual effects is just a very small, just a sparkle.
That makes sense because I know a lot of, mostly actors, but in some other professionals in the industry have complained at some point to the extent of CGI how certain actors aren't even acting on an actual real set anymore. It's all the blue screen, green screen, artificial locations. And like, of course, that means great news for you and for people like you because you got a job no matter what. But then it does sort of take out of the aspect of, the real life, putting yourself in that position. Although it does look amazing, in the moment, it's like it's very artificial.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, I think for actors, that sort of environment is also very challenging because you literally can't really say anything in the environment. You have to imagine then that would to improve your acting. Yeah, people. I do receive some questions like you must be a fancy guy or you like those new kind of devices or stuff or anything. Well, in fact, inside studio, every senior or every visual effects artist, when you get into the company, I mean, when you start as a new guy in the first day, you will literally receive a very traditional looking note, then give you a pen. Then everyone should get one note and one pen to write the shot you're gonna done. Then you're gonna get it. You're gonna work, and also those feedback during during the visual effects dailies. It's not like we are fancy guys. We play with those high tech stuff. No.
Very basic. Never want to look behind the curtain because then you're gonna get disappointed.
That's right. That's right.
I did want to mention real quick, although we can't really get into it. You did create a VFX HE online mentoring program.
Right.
Something that is funded by the British Film Institute, something that helps students learn more about, the industry, in CGI and all that stuff. That's something that you yourself developed and designed, and it's amazing.
Right.
I'm sure we can leave some information in the link for people to see. But unfortunately, we can't talk no more because today we also have a show for you.
Sure.
Visual effects is movie magic.
Okay.
And today
I know.
we have some real magic. You have experience creating magic movies, and we'd like to present you some real magic. Today, we have St. John's very own wizard. You probably know him from, his celebrity magic tricks. He does a lot of really cool card tricks. One where he does this, and I can't figure it out. It's the wizard himself, Toushis Azad.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so Toushis, real quick before we get started, tell us a little bit about how you got into magic.
Okay, I started in 3rd grade. I wanted to do something for the 3rd grade talent show. I didn't know what to do. My dad said, "Why don't you just do magic?" He bought me a magic kit, and that was my first ever performance. It never stopped since.
Wow, and like I said before, you did celebrities. What are the best celebrity you've done so far?
Okay, DJ Khaled, definitely. John Cena, Lil Pump, he's a rapper.
Wow.
And Drake Bell. But like the most starstruck I've ever been was probably John Cena.
John Cena?
It was just like I just watched him such a young age, and seeing him in person and like actually like performing for him was like surreal.
That's so cool. John Cena is literally the best. But enough of that. Let's see what you got for us, Toushis. Let's see.
All right, cool.
Let's do a trick with Jim.
So
Sure.
I need to show you a trick. So
Okay, I can help
I'm just gonna
you.
take it. I'm gonna put this box right here. Look, I want you to take it. I want you to tell me when to stop. Okay, I'm gonna riffle down like this. Okay, and you're gonna tell me when to stop anytime. Okay.
Okay.
Just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Are you sure? Right there.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
All right, cool. I want you to memorize that card and show the cameras and everything. I'm not gonna look.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
You guys got it?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Just tell me when to stop one more time.
Stop.
Right there? Yeah, just put it back. Yeah,
No, put it back.
All right.
back, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you memorized it and everything?
Yes.
All right, cool. Look, I'm going to shuffle the deck like this. Do a couple cuts like that.
Oh crap! I lost it.
Yeah, look. Okay, I think I got it to the top. Okay, you're just going to snap your fingers. Snap.
Snap.
Yeah, like this. Yeah. See how? That's not the card, right?
No, no,
See,
it's
look.
not.
I want you to touch the card. Just touch
Touch
it.
the card. Touch the card.
Do you see that happen? See how it
Oh
changes?
wow.
No, but
Changed
look.
it.
That's not real magic, but look.
Mm-hmm.
See, look. If you take it, find that right spot. See how it changes back again.
Oh.
my gosh.
Oh.
See, that's the thing. I told you. I couldn't
Yeah.
figure it out.
No, it's
great,
not like
great.
that. Look, nothing in my hands. I want you to hold this deck.
Right.
Whole deck.
Right.
Watch, nothing in my hands. See, do you know where the 6 went? Right in my pocket, right there.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
And not only that, you picked this. Do you know why you picked the 6 of hearts?
Why? Oh crap!
Because I made a prediction. I didn't touch that deck right there, right?
Right.
I want you to go inside there. I have a message inside there.
Oh, really?
This is crazy. I wasn't ready for
What is
this.
that?
Okay.
What does that message say?
You picked the 6. Wow.
Wow.
Holy crap! I wasn't ready for that. That's amazing. That was
Cool,
that was
yeah,
fantastic.
great.
Wow. That was. How'd you do that? No, that's really crazy. It's really amazing. So thank you, Jin. Thank you, Toushis.
Thank
You
you.
guys have been amazing. Thank you for being here on this show. Is there
Follow
anything
me on
else?
TikTok.
I was about to say, is there anything else you want to say before we close?
Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Toushis_54, and you're gonna find all my content there.
Oh, sweet. How about you, Jin? What classes do you teach, actually?
Oh, right. I'm currently having 3 different visual effects related courses, like TVF 2211, 3D
Mhm.
CGI, and also TVF 3207, film compositing,
Mm-hmm.
and also TVF 32009, and visual effects principles.
Sweet. All right. So if you are a St. John student, hit him up. All right. He's a great guy. You're gonna want to get on his show.
Yeah.
Not his show. You're
Yeah.
gonna want to get on his class, even if you're not a film major, because I'm not a film major, and I might even just take it next year. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you will see some very cool stuff.
Awesome. And he's going to do some amazing things. Watch. But before we end today's program, we're going to give it up to a good friend of mine. He is an all-striking musical talent. He is a singer. He is a songwriter. Forrest West.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand now? Stand by me, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon, oh, should tumble and fall, and the mountains, they should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, Won't you stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Whenever the sun shines, you have me. So darling, stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand by me.
And that was our first episode of the new show. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out next week's episode of WRED-TV's Eye of the Storm. Be sure to like and subscribe in the links below. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also below, to keep up to date with WRED-TV, find out how you can be a part of our productions. I'm Dariel Tolentino, and I'm very excited to kick off this amazing season of the new show. Bye!